79. Listen and read.
The author Jonathan Swift wrote his book Gulliver's Travels in 1735. It is still very popular today, after more than 275 years. There are also famous films of the story. Gulliver's Travels, A Voyage to Lilliput.
My name is Gulliver, and when I was a young man, I went travelling. I joined a ship and sailed to the islands of the South Pacific. It was a brilliant voyage at first. We sailed across the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean. Suddenly, there was a terrible storm, and I fell into the water. Finally, I swam to an island. I walked on the beach and looked around me. There were no people and no houses. I was very tired, so I fell asleep on the sand. When I woke up in the morning, I couldn't move. I was lying on my back, and my arms and my legs were tied to the ground. I was very hot in the sun, and I was frightened. Suddenly, I saw a very small man. He was about 15 centimeters tall, and he was walking on my leg. Then I saw lots of small men on my arms and my legs. I shouted, and in surprise, the men fell off my body. Then I spoke to them in English. They didn't understand my language, but they saw that I was friendly. I pointed at my mouth to show I was hungry, and they brought me some food. Their food was normal, but it was very, very small, and it meant I had to eat a lot. I ate lots of tiny loaves of bread and lots of tiny pieces of cheese and a lot of meat. I finished my meal, and then hundreds of men and thousands of horses carried me to their city. It was a very long journey. When I arrived at the city, I looked around me. The houses were smaller than my feet, and I was bigger than the trees. The king and the people were kind to me, so I stayed on the island. I learnt that I was in Lilliput, and I learnt their language. I played with their children, and I gave them presents such as my watch and some coins. These things were enormous to them. Eventually, I left the city and travelled again.